Hey YouTube, this is Uncle Momo's music reaction channel where I provide my views on talented artists who have low subscribers and low views, as well as talented artists from around the world. Now, once again, I have no idea or the reason why they have low subscribers or low views, but I'm going to bring it to the forefront of my channel for us to view. Now, today I'm going to upload about 4 reactions, and I will let you know on those particular artists as I'm going along. So my next reaction is going to be from Lesti and Selfi Yamma. This is Bismillah Cinta. Now, I have done a collaboration already with Lesti, but that was with UNGU, or is it UNGU? Let me go. I'm sorry. UNGU, UNGU. So that was the same song, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if that was the Dangdut version. So this one is going to be still with Lesti, but also in the mix Selfi Yamma. And so I'm looking forward to this collaboration. It's a live performance. That's all I know. It was recommended to me, so I'm looking for. I don't know. I'm looking for there's 2 artists that I understand are absolutely powerhouse, or who are regarded as queens in one area and another area. So I'm looking at 2 queens performing and heartfelt and emotion, and I hope that, you know, my body resonates with what the sounds of what they're coming out of their mouth, and their facial expressions captivate me in a way that should be warranted. So those are the 2 things that I'm going to be watching out for. But before that, if this is your first time coming over to my channel, then please go over to my homepage and work your way from the bottom all the way up to the top, because there are some fantastic, amazing artists which I do not want you to get missed out. I do not want you to miss out on. And I'm talking about amazing artists with low subscribers and low views, but also mixed up into the bunch is established artists with high subscribers and high views. And if you do a comparison, you will come to the realization that these particular artists with low subscribers and low views are equally as good as any top list A-list artist out there, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Now, you will see my subtitles down below. If you want to translate my subtitles to any particular language, if you go somewhere around here, you see the subtitle icon. Next to it is a setting icon. If you click onto the setting icons and go into auto-generated, what will come up is a list of countries that you can translate my subtitles into. So if you see it in English, go into the settings, auto-generated, click onto that, and a number of countries will come up, and you click onto that and it will translate it into any particular language that you will want to translate it in. So remember that. Now I'm going to go straight into reading a couple of your comments and then into my next reactions. So actually, let me go into my reaction which I did of UNGU and Lesti with the same song and see what the comments were about that. So Intan Singh Sura, it goes, Lesti and UNGU is the best. Family family. He said Bismillah Cinta. You just put down exactly what I wrote down there as well. Nok Rohati, UNGU featuring Lesti is the best. Thank you very much. Ninang. Nice song. I like your reactions. Thank you very much. 50 Angie. He goes, thank you, Uncle Momo. Reaction Bismillah Cinta. He goes, Indola Kita Didi Lesti featuring Pashka UNGU. So let me know if that's a actual song. Heart Hattie said, please reaction Bismillah Cinta live at Linda Isdia. So I'll check that out. What's going on here? Then I've got Najati. Thank you, Uncle Momo, for reacting. Bismillah Cinta featuring UNGU featuring Lesti. Next one is Black Tiger. How you doing, Black Tiger? I'll do this is my last one. Next reaction to the Bone, Pamagus. I have done that. Please check it out. It is an absolutely amazing song. I am an avid fan, and I will be doing some more reactions of him. Anyway, without further ado, let's go on to my third reaction of today. Let's see with Selfi. Is it Selfi Yamma? The track is Bismillah Cinta. As you know, I have already reacted to it, so this is a different one. Anyway, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it?
melukis rasa. Ramadan yang indah kini telah tiba, bulan penuh berkah, rahmat dari Allah. Meski dalam suasana berbeda, cobaan demi cobaan melanda, kita bersama namun tak lagi sama. Jarak memisahkan, semua telah berbatas. Ini ujian bagi kita. Bismillah cinta, percaya padaku, percaya cinta. Yakin kita bisa lalui semua, segala cobaan yang datang mendera. Bismillah cinta, panjatkan doa pada yang kuasa, bersujud padanya dengan air mata. Insya Allah Ramadan membawa hikmah. Bismillah cinta, percaya kita. Bismillah cinta, percaya cinta. Cobaan demi cobaan melanda, kita bersama namun tak lagi sama. Jarak memisahkan, semua telah berbatas. Ini ujian bagi kita. Bismillah cinta, percaya padaku, percaya cinta. Yakin kita bisa lalui semua, segala cobaan yang datang mendera. Bismillah cinta, panjatkan doa pada yang kuasa, bersujud padanya dengan air mata. Insya Allah Ramadan membawa hikmah. Bismillah cinta, percaya kita. Bismillah cinta, percaya cinta.
So that was Lesti and Selfi Yamma with Bismillah Cinta. And as you know, that I did do a reaction with UNGU and Lesti doing the same song. So this is a live, this is a different kind of contrast. This is a live version with Selfi Yamma and Lesti. And I was absolutely amazed on a number of reasons, and I will let you know about those as I will in a minute. But I'm just going to give you a little bit of what is being written on the YouTube channel. It's got especially for you Dangdut fans. Lesti and Selfi Yamma presents Bismillah Cinta with both Medolus twists. This song, which tells of a long-distance relationship, was sung in a deep appreciation by the Queen of Living Lesti and the twisted Queen Selfi Yamma. And what I got from that, the live performances, is two particular artists that can sing in a modern term way, but they was reluctant to tap into that modern kind of what's the word, the modern range of singing. They stuck to the traditional form as closely to the traditional form as possible, with maybe a 2% of a kind of a modern texture of way of singing. What I'm talking about, that you've heard, they could have done, the riffs that they can do, and you normally get those kind of riffs in sort of like a R&B or that kind of soulful thing, but there are traditional riffs that I've heard in. If you go over to India, there's this traditional riffs. If you go over to I believe in China, they've got their particular certain riffs, the way how they traditional sound, and the native traditional sounds of their country. And you still get the same thing with over in Indonesia. They've got this traditional riff, their traditional native sound of singing, and it was brought forth in this particular song. And what I'm saying is, there were certain bits where if you're singing in the modern way of singing, I don't know, Aretha Franklin, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, that kind of way, you would easily sing it. But this was traditional way of singing. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, but that's what I'm hearing. But there were so many different kind of ways when I think, oh, is she going to touch on making it modern? And she didn't. They both stayed within their traditional values. And what I'm saying is, that is why I'm saying, in some ways, that's so hard when you've got such a beautiful song that you want to modernize it. But being grounded in a certain way where you want to be traditional and send out the message in a traditional factor, where everybody can not only appreciate the song, but appreciate the historic value in there and how deep rooted it is, by adding on the native sounds and the native riffs in there, it gives you a different kind of contrast altogether. And look at the what you call it, the area where they was in. I don't know if that was a studio or a made up, or was that an actual place. Let me know. But I think that absorbed some kind of acoustic value in there as well, that gave it that kind of, I know, the authenticness that they wanted to portray. It was all lovely, absolutely amazing. And like I said, the first thing that I saw is, I'm going to read you why I said that, is because I've read up a little bit on what is Lestani Andreyani, and I hope I'm saying that name right. And it's got that, although she sings in various styles of music, she primarily sings Dangdut music, the genre of Indonesian folk that is particularly divided and fused with Hindustani and Arabic music, and Malay and local folk music. So I heard that, and that's the part what I'm talking about. She didn't modernize the volume, the way how she was singing, where she could have done that riff, or certain times that she could have done so much different kind of riffs on this song and modernized it. What I'm saying to you is that the authenticness of it is coming from that, folk. The authenticness is coming from the historic value of the way how she is singing. And that captivated me on emotional terms. And I love the way how it was pushing me into a journey where it was grounded values, rather than, and appreciating it from that factor, rather than any kind of modernization in there. It was showing you that it was taking more of a historic trip rather than anything else, and you appreciated it when you was hearing it, every ounce of it, and I absolutely loved it. And like I said, the visual just was the icing on the cake, because if it was put on, if they performed that in a stage or somewhere else, I think it wouldn't present its authenticness in there. but every part of it added an ingredient to the pot that made me feel, wow, you know, so much high traditional values in there, and you appreciated it much more than the, like, for me, than the UNGU track with when they done that performance, because that was modernized. And if you heard that, you did hear the different kind of set of riffs in there that wasn't more native, it was more modernized. I love this value. I appreciate this value even more, actually, to be fair. And I loved what they done. The harmonies was very, very tight together. Like I said, they could have done so much different ways of making it modernized, and they stuck with the traditional values, and that's what I love about it. For that reason, I salute you both. Brilliant. Loved it.
Mendera Bismillah cinta, panjatkan doa pada yang kuasa, bersujud padanya dengan air mata, insya Allah